If you watch this video until the end, you will definitely pass your theory test on the first attempt. Today, we will go through 100 essential mock test questions, with the last 5 questions absolutely crucial for your success. So, stick around until the end. Now, let's get started. Question 1. You are traveling along a road and spot this sign. What does it tell you? Answer is B. No pedestrians. A red circle indicates prohibition. The sign tells you that no pedestrians are allowed. Question 2. What must you do when you see this sign? Answer is C. Stop. You must always stop when you see this sign. If there is more than one railway line over an automatic crossing, this signal will also flash and the sound of the audible warning will change if another train is approaching. Question 3. What should you do as you approach this bridge? Answer is B. Slow down. You should slow down and be cautious. Hump bridges are often narrow and there may not be enough room for you to pass an oncoming vehicle at this point. Also, there's no footpath, so be aware of pedestrians in the road. Question 4. You're on a long motorway journey. What should you do if you start to feel sleepy? Answer is D. Leave the motorway and stop in a safe place. If you feel sleepy, you should leave the motorway at a service area or at the next exit and stop in a safe place to rest. A supply of fresh air can help to keep you alert before you reach the exit, but it isn't a substitute for stopping and resting. Question 5. What should you do when you move off from behind a parked car? Answer is D. Look around before moving off. Before moving off, you should use both the interior and exterior mirrors to check that the road is clear. Look around to check the blind spots and, if necessary, give a signal to warn other road users of your intentions. Also look well ahead as you'll have to steer out into the road to pass the parked car. Hey, if you find this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to our channel and hit bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Your support helps us bring you more content to ace your theory test. Now, let's get back to the video. Question 6. Which vehicle will use a blue flashing beacon? Answer is C. Bomb disposal. Emergency vehicles use blue flashing lights. If you see or hear one, move out of its way as soon as it's safe and legal to do so. Question 7. What style of driving causes increased risk to everyone? Answer is C. Competitive. Competitive driving increases the risks to everyone and is the opposite of responsible, considerate, and defensive driving. Defensive driving is about questioning the actions of other road users and being prepared for the unexpected. Don't be taken by surprise. Question 8. Why is it a good idea to plan your journey to avoid busy times? Answer is D. You'll have an easier journey. No one likes to spend time in traffic queues. Try to avoid busy times related to school or work travel. Question 9. What can be damaged if you turn the steering wheel when the car isn't moving? Answer is B. The tires. Turning the steering wheel when the car isn't moving is known as dry steering. It can cause unnecessary wear to the tires and steering mechanism. Question 10. What may help to deter a thief from stealing your car? Answer is D. Etching the registration number on the windows. Having your car registration number etched on all your windows is a cheap and effective way to deter professional car thieves. Question 11. What will help you to keep your car secure? Answer is B. Registering with a vehicle watch scheme. The vehicle watch scheme helps to reduce the risk of your car being stolen. By displaying high-visibility vehicle watch stickers in your car, you're inviting the police to stop your vehicle if it's seen in use between midnight and 5 a.m. Question 12. You've just gone through floodwater. What should you do to make sure your brakes are working properly? Answer is C. Go slowly while gently applying the brakes. Water on the brakes will act as a lubricant, causing them to work less efficiently. Using the brakes lightly as you go along will quickly dry them out. Question 13. How should you use anti-lock brakes when you need to stop in an emergency? Answer is D. Brake promptly and firmly until you've stopped. If you have ABS and need to stop in an emergency, keep your foot firmly on the brake pedal until the vehicle has stopped. When the ABS operates, you may hear a grating sound and feel vibration through the brake pedal. This is normal and you should maintain pressure on the brake pedal until the vehicle stops. Question 14. Where would you expect to see these markers? Answer is C. On a large goods vehicle. These markers must be fitted to vehicles over 13 meters long, heavy goods vehicles, and rubbish skips placed in the road. They're reflective to make them easier to see in the dark. Question 15. How should you drive or ride in areas with traffic calming measures? Answer is B. At a reduced speed. Traffic calming measures such as road humps, chicanes and narrowings are intended to slow traffic down to protect vulnerable road users. Don't speed up until you reach the end of the traffic calm zone. Question 16. You're approaching a crossroads. What should you do if the traffic lights have failed? Answer is D. Be prepared to stop for any traffic. When approaching a junction where the traffic lights have failed, you should proceed with caution. Treat the situation as an unmarked junction and be prepared to stop. Question 17. Why are vehicle mirrors often slightly curved, convex? Answer is B. They give a wider field of vision. Although a convex mirror gives a wide view of the scene behind, You should be aware that it won't show you everything behind or to the side of your vehicle. Before you move off, you'll need to look over your shoulder to check for anything not visible in the mirrors. Question 18. Why should you slow down as you approach this hazard? Answer is D. Because of the level crossing. You should be slowing down and selecting the correct gear in case you have to stop at the level crossing. Look for the signals and be prepared to stop if necessary. Question 19. What should you do if you begin to feel drowsy while you're driving? Answer is A. Stop and rest as soon as possible. You'll be putting other road users at risk if you continue to drive when you're drowsy. Pull over and stop in a safe place for a rest. If you're driving a long distance, think about finding some accommodation so you can rest for longer before continuing your journey. Question 20. You see a pedestrian carrying a white stick that also has a red band. What does this mean? Answer is A. They're deaf and blind. When someone is deaf as well as blind, they may carry a white stick with a red reflective band or bands. They may not be aware that you're approaching and they may not be able to hear anything. So, for example, your horn would be ineffective as a warning to them. Question 21. How should you react to inexperienced drivers? Answer is D. Be patient and prepare for them to react more slowly. Learners might not have confidence when they first start to drive. Allow them plenty of room and don't react adversely to their hesitation. We all learn from experience, but new drivers will have had less practice in dealing with all the situations that might occur. Question 22. You're driving past parked cars. What should you do if you see a bicycle wheel sticking out between the cars? Answer is C. Slow down and be prepared to stop for a cyclist. Scan the road as you drive. Try to anticipate hazards by being aware of the places where they're likely to occur. You'll then be able to react in good time. Question 23. What should you do when you're approaching a bus that's signaling to move away from a bus stop? Answer is D. Allow it to pull away, if it's safe to do so. Try to give way to buses if you can do so safely, especially when the driver signals to pull away from a bus stop. Look out for people getting off the bus or running to catch it, because they may cross the road without looking. Don't accelerate to get past the bus, and don't flash your lights, as this could mislead other road users. Question 24. Why should you switch off your rear fog lights when the fog has cleared? Answer is B. To prevent dazzling drivers behind. Don't forget to switch off your fog lights when the weather improves. You could be prosecuted for driving with them on in good visibility. The high intensity of rear fog lights can dazzle drivers behind and make your brake lights difficult to notice. Question 25. What will happen if you use rear fog lights in good conditions? Answer is D. They'll dazzle other drivers. Rear fog lights shine more brightly than normal rear lights, so that they show up in reduced visibility. When the visibility improves, you must switch them off. This stops them dazzling the driver behind. Question 26. How should you overtake horse riders? Answer is C. Drive slowly and leave plenty of room. When you decide to overtake a horse rider, make sure you can do so safely before you move out. Leave them plenty of room and pass slowly. Passing too close could startle the horse and unseat the rider. Question 27. What should you be prepared to do in this situation? Answer is C. Slow down and give way. Sometimes, large vehicles may need more space than other road users. If a vehicle needs more time and space to turn, be prepared to stop and wait. Question 28. The road is wet. Why would a motorcyclist steer around drain covers while they were cornering? Answer is D. To prevent the motorcycle sliding on the metal drain covers. Other drivers or riders may have to change course due to the size or characteristics of their vehicle. Understanding this will help you to anticipate their actions. Motorcyclists and cyclists will be checking the road ahead for uneven or slippery surfaces, especially in wet weather. They may need to move across their lane to avoid surface hazards such as potholes and drain covers. Question 29. Why should you reduce your speed when you're driving or riding in fog? Answer is B. It's more difficult to see what's ahead. You won't be able to see as far ahead in fog as you can on a clear day. You'll need to reduce your speed so that, if a hazard looms out of the fog, you have the time and space to take avoiding action. Traveling in fog is hazardous. If you can, try to delay your journey until it has cleared. Question 30. You're driving on the motorway in windy conditions. What should you do as you overtake a high-sided vehicle? Answer is D. Be wary of a sudden gust. The draft caused by other vehicles, particularly those with high sides, could be strong enough to push you out of your lane. Be prepared for a sudden gust of wind as you overtake large vehicles. Keep both hands on the steering wheel to help you keep full control. Question 31. When would you use the right-hand lane of a two-lane dual carriageway? Answer is C. When you're turning right or overtaking. Normally, you should travel in the left-hand lane and only use the right-hand lane for overtaking or turning right. Move back into the left lane as soon as it's safe, but don't cut in across the path of the vehicle you've just passed. Question 32. A cycle lane, marked by a solid white line, is in operation. What does this mean for car drivers? Answer is D. They mustn't drive along the lane. While it's in operation, other vehicles must not use this part of the carriageway except to pick up or set down passengers. At other times, when the lane isn't in operation, you should still be aware that there may be cyclists using the lane. Give them plenty of room as you pass and allow for their movement from side to side, especially in windy weather or on a bumpy road. Question 33. You're looking for somewhere to park your vehicle. Neither you or your passenger are disabled. What should you do if the only free spaces are marked for disabled drivers? Answer is B. Wait for a regular parking space to become free. It's illegal to park in a space reserved for disabled drivers unless you're permitted to do so. These spaces are provided for people with limited mobility, who may need extra space to get in and out of their vehicle. Question 34. What does this traffic sign mean? Answer is B. Give priority to oncoming traffic. Priority signs are normally shown where the road is narrow and there isn't enough room for two vehicles to pass. Examples are narrow bridges, roadworks, and where there's a width restriction. Make sure you know who has priority. Don't force your way through. Show courtesy and consideration to other road users. Question 35. What does this line across the road at the entrance to a roundabout mean? Answer is A. Give way to traffic from the right. Slow down as you approach the roundabout and check for traffic from the right. If you need to stop and give way, stay behind the broken line until it's safe to emerge onto the roundabout. Question 36. What's the meaning of this sign? Answer is C. National speed limit applies. This sign doesn't tell you the speed limit in figures. You should know the speed limit for the type of road that you're on and the type of vehicle that you're driving or riding. Study your copy of the Highway Code. Question 37. When should you use the right-hand lane of a three-lane dual carriageway? Answer is C. When you're overtaking or turning right. You should normally use the left-hand lane on any dual carriageway unless you're overtaking or turning right. When overtaking on a dual carriageway, look for vehicles ahead that are turning right. They may be slowing or stopped. You need to see them in good time so that you can take appropriate action. Question 38. What signal should you give when you're going straight ahead at a roundabout? Answer is A. Signal left before leaving the roundabout. When going straight ahead at a roundabout, don't signal as you approach it. Signal left just after passing the exit before the one you wish to take. Question 39. What must you do if you come across roadworks that have a temporary speed limit displayed? Answer is A. Obey the speed limit. Where there are extra hazards, such as at roadworks, it's often necessary to slow traffic by imposing a lower speed limit. These speed limits aren't advisory, they must be obeyed. Question 40. How far are you allowed to reverse? Answer is A. No further than is necessary. You mustn't reverse further than is necessary. You may decide to turn your vehicle around by reversing into an opening or side road. When you reverse, always look all around you and watch for pedestrians. Don't reverse from a side road into a main road. Question 41. When may you use hazard warning lights while you're driving? Answer is D. On a motorway or unrestricted dual carriageway, to warn of a hazard ahead. When there's queuing traffic ahead and you have to slow down or even stop, briefly showing your hazard warning lights will help alert the traffic behind to the hazard. Question 42. In order to supervise a learner driver, you need to have held a full driving license for the same category of vehicle for at least 3 years. What other requirement must you meet? Answer is C. To be at least 21 years old. Learner drivers benefit by combining professional driving lessons with private practice. However, you need to be at least 21 years old and have held your driving license for at least 3 years before you can supervise a learner driver. Question 43. You're the first person to arrive at an incident where people are badly injured. You've switched on your hazard warning lights and checked all engines are stopped. What else should you do? Answer is A. Make sure that an ambulance has been called. If you're the first to arrive at a crash scene, the first concerns are the risk of further collision and fire. Ensuring that vehicle engines are switched off will reduce the risk of fire. Use hazard warning lights so that other traffic knows there's a need for caution. Make sure the emergency services are contacted. Don't assume it's already been done. Question 44. At an incident, how could you help a casualty who has stopped breathing? Answer is B. Follow the DVSA code. The DVSA code has been devised by medical experts to give the best outcome until the emergency services arrive and take care of casualties. Question 45. What information should you share if you're involved in a collision that causes damage to another vehicle? Answer is C. Your name, address, and vehicle registration number. Try to keep calm and don't rush. Make sure that you've shared all the relevant details with the other driver before you leave the scene. If possible, take pictures and note the positions of all the vehicles involved. Question 46. At an incident, someone is suffering from severe burns. How could you help them? Answer is A. Douse the burns with clean, cool water. Your priority is to cool the burns with clean, cool water. Its coolness will help take the heat out of the burns and relieve the pain. Keep the wound doused for at least 20 minutes. If blisters appear, don't attempt to burst them, as this could lead to infection. Question 47. Your vehicle has stalled in the middle of a level crossing. What should you do if the warning bells start to ring while you're trying to restart the engine? Answer is A. Get out of the car and clear of the crossing. If the warning bells ring, leave the vehicle and get any passengers well clear of the crossing immediately. Question 48. What should you do to reduce the risk of your vehicle catching fire? Answer is D. Check out any strong smell of fuel. The fuel in your vehicle can be a dangerous fire hazard. If you smell fuel, Check out where it's coming from. Never use a naked flame near the vehicle if you can smell fuel or smoke when refueling your vehicle. Question 49. What should you do if your vehicle catches fire while you're driving through a tunnel? Answer is B. Drive it out of the tunnel if it's safe to do so. If it's possible, and you can do so without causing further danger, it may be safer to drive a vehicle that's on fire out of a tunnel. The greatest danger in a tunnel fire is smoke and suffocation. Question 50. What does it mean if your trailer has a maximum authorized mass, MAM, of 3,500 kilograms? Answer is A. Your trailer and load combined cannot weigh more than 3,500 kilograms. The MAM of the trailer is stamped on the plate fitted to the chassis. It is the maximum weight of the trailer and load that the manufacturer has designed it to carry. Do not load your trailer so that it exceeds this maximum weight. Hey, if you find this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to our channel and hit bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Your support helps us bring you more content to ace your theory test. Now, let's get back to the video. Question 1. What does this sign tell you? Answer is B. End of minimum speed requirement. This is an end of minimum speed requirement sign. Question 2. What does this sign mean? Answer is C. 2 cameras are in use to measure average speed. Cameras are in operation on this road. 2 cameras are used to measure the average speed of a vehicle between 2 points. Question 3. When should you flash your headlights at other road users? Answer is C. When letting them know that you're there. You should only flash your headlights to warn others of your presence. Don't use them to greet others, show impatience, or give priority to other road users, because they could misunderstand your signal. Question 4. You're waiting in a traffic queue at night. How can you avoid dazzling drivers behind you? Answer is B. Use the parking brake and release the foot brake. In queuing traffic, your brake lights can dazzle drivers behind you. If you apply your parking brake, you can take your foot off the foot brake. This will turn off the brake lights so that they can't dazzle the driver behind you. Question 5. What should you do to avoid fuel spillage? Answer is B. Check that your filler cap is securely fastened. When learning to drive, it's a good idea to practice filling your car with fuel. Ask your instructor if you can use a petrol station and fill the fuel tank yourself. You need to know where the filler cap is on the car you're driving, so you know which side of the pump to park at. Take care not to overfill the tank and make sure you secure the filler cap correctly, so that no fuel leaks onto the road while you're driving. Question 6. On a road where trams operate, which vehicles will be most at risk from the tram rails? Answer is B. Cycles. The narrow wheels of a bicycle can become stuck in the tram rails, causing the cyclist to stop suddenly, wobble, or even lose balance altogether. The tram lines are also slippery, which could cause a cyclist to slide or fall off. Question 7. You're approaching an unmarked crossroads. How should you deal with the junction? Answer is A. Slow down and look both ways. Be cautious, especially when your view is restricted by hedges, bushes, walls, large vehicles, etc. In the summer months, these junctions can become more difficult to deal with, because growing foliage may further obscure your view. Question 8. You're driving on a clear night. Which lights should you use if the national speed limit applies and there's a steady stream of oncoming traffic? Answer is C. Dipped headlights. Use the full beam headlights only when you can be sure that you won't dazzle other road users. Question 9. How much more fuel will you use by driving at 70 miles per hour, compared with driving at 50 miles per hour? Answer is B. About 15%. Your vehicle will use less fuel if you avoid heavy acceleration. The higher the engine revs, the more fuel you'll use. Using the same gear and covering the same distance, a vehicle traveling at 70 miles per hour will use about 15% more fuel than it would at 50 miles per hour. However, don't travel so slowly that you inconvenience or endanger other road users. Question 10. How can you reduce the chances of your car being broken into when leaving it unattended? Answer is C. Take all valuables with you. When leaving your car, take all valuables with you if you can. Otherwise, lock them out of sight. Question 11. How will a roof rack affect your car? Answer is B. Fuel consumption will increase. A roof rack increases your car's wind resistance. This will cause an increase in fuel consumption, so you should remove it when it isn't being used. An aerodynamically designed roof rack or box will help reduce wind resistance to a minimum, but the rack or box should still be removed when it isn't in use. Question 12. Which driving technique can help you save fuel? Answer is B. Missing out some gears. Missing out intermediate gears, when appropriate, helps to reduce the amount of time spent accelerating and decelerating, the times when your vehicle uses the most fuel. Question 13. You're about to start a journey in freezing weather. What part of your vehicle should you clear of ice and snow? Answer is B. The windows. Driving in bad weather increases your risk of having a collision. If you absolutely have to travel, clear your lights, mirrors, number plates and windows of any snow or ice, so that you can see and be seen. Question 14. On what type of road surface may anti-lock brakes be ineffective? Answer is C. Loose. Poor contact with the road surface could cause one or more of the tires to lose grip on the road. This is more likely to happen when braking in poor weather conditions and when the road has a loose, slippery, or uneven surface. Question 15. What would suggest you're driving on an icy road? Answer is D. There's less tire noise. Drive extremely carefully when the roads are icy. When traveling on ice, tires make virtually no noise and the steering feels light and unresponsive. In icy conditions, be very gentle when braking, accelerating, and steering. Question 16. What's the main hazard the driver of the red car, arrowed, should be aware of? Answer is A. The bus may move out into the road. If you can do so safely, give way to buses signaling to move off at bus stops. Try to anticipate the actions of other road users around you. The driver of the red car should be prepared for the bus pulling out. As you approach a bus stop, look to see how many passengers are waiting to board. If the last one has just got on, the bus is likely to move off. Question 17. What does the solid white line at the side of the road indicate? Answer is A. Edge of the carriageway. The continuous white line shows the edge of the carriageway. It can be especially useful when visibility is restricted, such as at night or in bad weather. It's discontinued in some places, for example, at junctions, lay-bys, entrances, or other openings. Question 18. You're about to drive home. What should you do if you feel very tired and have a severe headache? Answer is B. Wait until you're fit and well before driving. All of your concentration should be on your driving. Any pain you feel will distract you, and you should avoid driving when drowsy. The safest course of action is to wait until you've rested and are feeling better before starting your journey. Question 19. What can you do to help prevent tiredness on a long journey? Answer is D. Take regular refreshment breaks. Long-distance driving can be boring. This, coupled with a stuffy, warm vehicle, can make you feel tired and sleepy. Make sure you take rest breaks to help you stay awake and alert. Stop in a safe place before you get to the stage of fighting sleep. Question 20. How does drinking alcohol affect your driving behavior? Answer is A. It increases confidence. Alcohol can increase confidence to a point where your driving behavior might become out of character. Sensible behavior might change to risk-taking behavior. Never let yourself or your friends get into this situation. Question 21. How will a school crossing patrol signal you to stop? Answer is D. By displaying a stop sign. If a school crossing patrol steps out into the road with a stop sign, you must stop. Don't wave anyone across the road and don't get impatient or rev your engine. Question 22. You're approaching a roundabout. What should you do if a cyclist ahead is signaling to turn right? Answer is A. Give the cyclist plenty of room. If you're following a cyclist who's signaling to turn right at a roundabout, leave plenty of room. Give them space and time to get into the correct lane. Question 23. Why do motorcyclists often look round over their right shoulder just before turning right? Answer is C. To check for traffic in their blind area. When you see a motorcyclist take a glance over their shoulder, they're probably about to change direction. Recognizing a clue like this helps you to anticipate their next action. This can improve road safety for you and others. Question 24. What should you do when you're approaching this crossing? Answer is B. Prepare to slow down and stop. Be courteous and prepare to stop. Don't wave people across, because this could be dangerous if another vehicle is approaching the crossing. Question 25. You're about to overtake a slow-moving motorcyclist. Which sign would make you take special care? Answer is A. In windy weather, watch out for motorcyclists and also cyclists, as they can be blown sideways into your path. When you pass them, leave plenty of room and check their position in your mirror before pulling back in. Question 26. What would you do if you see older people crossing the road ahead? Answer is A. Be patient and allow them to cross in their own time. Be aware that older people might take a long time to cross the road. They might also be hard of hearing and not hear you approaching. Don't hurry older people across the road by getting too close to them or revving your engine. Question 27. Why should you look carefully for motorcyclists and cyclists at junctions? Answer is C. They are harder to see. Cyclists and motorcyclists are smaller than other vehicles and so are more difficult to see. They can easily be hidden from your view by cars parked near a junction. Question 28. Where would you see this sign? Answer is C. On a school bus. School buses can stop to pick up or drop off school children at places that aren't designated bus stops. Watch out for children crossing the road to catch the bus or from the far side of the bus if they've just been dropped off. Question 29. What should you do if the left-hand pavement is closed due to street repairs? Answer is A. Watch out for pedestrians walking in the road. Where street repairs have closed off pavements, proceed carefully and slowly, as pedestrians might have to walk in the road. Question 30. What should you do when you're following a motorcyclist along a road that has a poor surface? Answer is C. Allow extra room in case they swerve to avoid potholes. To avoid being unbalanced, a motorcyclist might swerve to avoid potholes and bumps in the road. Be prepared for this and allow them extra space. Question 31. You're on a motorway. What does it mean when a mandatory speed limit is displayed above the hard shoulder? Answer is B. The hard shoulder can be used as a running lane. A mandatory speed limit sign above the hard shoulder shows that this part of the road can be used as a running lane between junctions. You must stay within the speed limit. Look out for vehicles that may have broken down and could be blocking the hard shoulder. Question 32. What should you do if you're driving on a motorway and you miss the exit that you wanted to take? Answer is C. Carry on to the next exit. It's illegal to reverse, cross the central reservation or drive against the traffic flow on a motorway. If you miss your exit, carry on until you reach the next one. Ask yourself why you missed your exit. If you think that your concentration is fading, take a break before continuing your journey. Question 33. You see these double white lines along the center of the road. When may you park on the left? Answer is C. To pick up or set down passengers. You mustn't park or stop on a road marked with double white lines, even where one of the lines is broken, except to pick up or set down passengers. Question 34. What's the nearest you may park to a junction? Answer is B. 10 meters, 32 feet. Don't park within 10 meters, 32 feet, of a junction, unless in an authorized parking place. This is to allow drivers emerging from, or turning into, the junction a clear view of the road they're joining. It also allows them to see hazards such as pedestrians or cyclists at the junction. Question 35. You're waiting at a level crossing. What must you do if a train passes but the lights keep flashing? Answer is B. Carry on waiting. If the lights at a level crossing keep flashing after a train has passed, you should continue to wait, because another train might be coming. Be patient and wait until the lights stop flashing. Question 36. What does this sign mean? Answer is D. Trams crossing ahead. This sign tells you to beware of trams. If you don't usually drive in a town where there are trams, remember to look out for them at junctions and look for tram rails, signs and signals. Question 37. What does this sign indicate? Answer is B. A diversion route. When a diversion route has been put in place, drivers are advised to follow a symbol, which may be a black triangle, square, circle, or diamond shape on a yellow background. Question 38. What does this sign mean? Answer is D. Direction to park and ride car park. To ease the congestion in town centers, some cities and towns provide park and ride schemes. These allow you to park in a designated area and ride by bus into the center. Park and ride schemes are usually cheaper and easier than car parking in the town center. Question 39. What does the white line along the side of the road indicate? Answer is B. The edge of the carriageway. A continuous white line is used on many roads to indicate the edge of the carriageway. This can be useful when visibility is restricted. The line is discontinued at junctions, laybys, and entrances to or exits from private drives. Question 40. What must you have when you apply to renew your vehicle tax? Answer is C. Valid insurance. You can renew your vehicle tax online, at post offices and by phone using the DVLA vehicle tax service. When applying, make sure you have all the relevant valid documents, including a valid MOT test certificate where applicable. Question 41. What should you do if you have to stop while you're going through a congested tunnel? Answer is B. Keep a safe distance from the vehicle in front. It's important to keep a safe distance from the vehicle in front at all times. This still applies in congested tunnels, even if you're moving very slowly or have stopped. If the vehicle in front breaks down, you may need room to maneuver past it. Question 42. How should a load be carried on your roof rack? Answer is A. Securely fastened with suitable restraints. Any load must be securely fastened to the vehicle. The safest way to carry items on the roof is in a specially designed roof box. This will help to keep your luggage secure and dry, and it also has less wind resistance than loads carried exposed on a roof rack. Question 43. You've just passed your driving test. What's the maximum authorized mass, MAM, of any trailer that you can tow? Answer is D. 3,500 kilograms. When you pass your driving test, you're allowed to tow a trailer up to 3,500 kilograms MAM without taking an extra test. If you want to tow a heavier trailer, you'll have to pass either a CE or DE category test, dependent on the towing vehicle. Question 44. What does this sign mean? Answer is A. Look out for buses and pedal cycles approaching from the right. This sign is a reminder to pedestrians to look out for buses and pedal cycles approaching from the right. Question 45. What does this sign mean? Answer is B. Waiting prohibited 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for 4 consecutive months. This sign tells you that waiting is prohibited 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for at least 4 consecutive months. Hey, if you find this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to our channel and hit bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Your support helps us bring you more content to ace your theory test. Now, let's get back to the video. Question 46. Who's responsible for making sure that a vehicle isn't overloaded? Answer is A. The driver of the vehicle. Carrying heavy loads will affect control and the vehicle's handling characteristics. If the vehicle you're driving is overloaded, you'll be held responsible. Question 47. You wish to tow a trailer. Where would you find the maximum nose weight for your vehicle's tow hitch? Answer is B. In the vehicle handbook. You must know how to load your trailer or caravan so that the hitch exerts an appropriate downward force on the tow ball. Information about the maximum permitted nose weight can be found in your vehicle handbook or obtained from your vehicle manufacturer's agent. Question 48. You're about to start a journey towing a trailer. What should you do if you notice that a light on your trailer is not working? Answer is C. Repair the fault before continuing with your journey. You must make sure that your vehicle and trailer are roadworthy. Check that your tires are legal and the brakes and lights are working properly. If any of these things are not working, you must not drive or tow your trailer until the fault is repaired. Question 49. What does this sign mean? Answer is C. Local buses may stand at all times. This sign tells you that this is a place where local buses may stand, from which all other vehicles are prohibited during the time shown. Question 50. What does this sign mean? Answer is C. Pedal cyclists to dismount at end of a cycle lane, track or route. This sign tells pedal cyclists to dismount at end of a cycle lane, track or route. For more practice and updates, click on the video you're watching on the screen. Keep building your confidence and get closer to passing your theory test. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.